Hi, Chris here for the 365 Days of My Health Healing. And today we've got a fascinating subject called the importance of star seeds. So you may have heard the word star seed or light worker, way shower is another descriptive word that is used here on Earth. And what an actual star seed is a advanced spiritual being from another planet or realm. That's probably the easiest way to explain it. They have or they possess a very high spiritual and universal healing and energetic powers. They they basically their knowledge and their information dates well back before Earth's incarnation. I mean, the stars have been here for billions and billions and billions of years. I mean, it was the incarnation that we came from the stars originally. Now, our star seed people that are here on planet Earth right now are people that are here for a mission and for a reason. They're very benevolent entities, so they're here to be well-meaning and non-confrontational, but to bring a wonderful thirst of knowledge and information to actually help the human race right at this moment in time to transcend. And what I mean by transcend is that Earth is going through a majestic process of evolvement. Is that she's moving her dimensional abilities through to the next stage, the next stage, the next stage. So it's inevitable, and it's also part of the galactic universal law that we actually have to evolve, not devolve, even though it feels like that at the moment. But yeah, so Earth is basically transcending. So we live in a third or a fourth dimension at the moment, and she wants to get to the fifth dimension. So easiest way to explain that is we're probably in preschool at the moment in the galactic world, and she wants to get to primary school to further her education and her ability to be able to become more wise and more powerful. And as humans here, we are part of that process, as is everything that dwells here as well. And that's nature's animals, the rivers, the mountains, the oceans, the water, the air that you breathe. It is every single part of it that needs to go through. So, star seeds are actually here to help with that transformation. And they were called upon energetically by Gaia, which is planet Earth, to help assist in that movement forward or that transition. And it's basically a selfless job for a star seed to be here to offload a lot of their energy and their information and their wisdom. But it is also a two-way contract that the star seeds are here in order to learn off the human beings and also understand their ways, because it helps their advancement and their development as well. So many star seeds come here with far different characteristics to human beings, and it's usually some of the lessons that they've come here for is to learn off the humans, and they can be things such as love and compassion, understanding, empathy, just to name a few. Because lots of star seeds are amazing when it comes to their emotions and their characters in certain areas, and then there's areas that they're obviously working upon to further advance their soul and their species and their way forward as well. So I guess the next section I sort of want to go into to have a bit of a chat to you about is, whether you've actually felt that you possibly could be a star seed. And there's quite a few attributes that you might want to ask yourself. They're things like that you are okay on your own. You're not a highly dependent individual. That even though we've all got family here and we spend time with them, it's not a situation where we're highly reliant on that structure. We know who we are, we know exactly what we want, and we know how to get there, and we trust ourselves. And star seeds are basically one of the few species, particularly roaming around planet Earth at the moment, that has 100% capability of believing and understanding who they are, because they've literally remembered where they're from. And when you remember, all the gifts and the understanding and the knowledge comes back to you. So you're very much a person that can take control of their life and move it in a forward direction. And that's always with the intention of being loving and understanding towards others. But it's a path that they're committed to. And the ascension path is an extraordinary path to be on, and it's also an extraordinary path to continue to evolve down. When I talk about Starseeds, there's lots of different categories that which we'll come to just a little bit later on, just to give you an idea um, of what to look for if you're actually looking them up. But one of the main things I want to talk about is the reason why they're actually here right now on planet Earth is because the information that is here right now is timeless. It's the Earth itself is going through a galactic change, and right now Earth is the biggest blockbuster movie in the galactic history. All eyes are on Earth, and so therefore it's important that Earth evolves, and it's also important that the star seeds have a role in that. They can't make it happen, and they can't give you all the information in order to make it easy, because at the end of the day, their role is to only energetically assist. Because if you start laying out the law and telling people what to do, that goes against universal law, which is very detrimental to their own ascension. So it's very important that they come as people that can provide information and able to gently ascend and provide an emotional stability here at the moment, because the earth is obviously very much rocked on its axis. It is sort of shedding its old skin at the moment, and it's trying to shrug that off in order to get through to the new dimension. And hence the reason why the star seeds are here is to help with that ascension process. That's primarily it. They're not here to change the way humans operate, the way humans think, the way the humans act, anything like that. That is strictly, a human is a human. They have human qualities, and they will live and understand and do the things that they want to do that's highly within their DNA and their characteristics. So the star seeds are just here to accentuate the understanding for humans, to say how important they are and how beautiful they are, and how welcome they are into the next realm, because it's important that they get there. And I guess that brings me to the part where I won't go through every single star seed, because there's thousands of them out into the galaxy, but I'll just tell you about a few names that you can possibly do some research for yourself. I have written an actual book about star seeds, and through My Health Yoga, we were able to distribute that last year, and it certainly gave people a better understanding about their characteristics, and also what they're able to provide as far as healing powers here, and whether, more importantly, which is what this video is about, is understanding whether you actually are one, and whether you can accentuate that path by remembering. I keep going back to that word. If you can remember who you are and why you're here, that'll go a long way to understanding about what your path actually is. So some of the star seeds that you may have heard of, which are very popular amongst spiritual communities that know a little bit about this, is Palladians, Syrians, there's Andromedans, there's Orions, Arcturians, Avians, just to list a few. And some of the traits, to give you a bit of an idea. So, say for example, Andromeda. You've probably all heard of Andromeda, which is up in the night sky. You can see the Andromedan star constellation. And Andromeda is basically a place that is full of all the elements. So you've got your water, your air. It's also a very highly meditative star system as well. So they very much hold a vibration that is extraordinarily pure, but it also transcends down here to Earth, that we Andromedans are able to energetically tap into the Earth here and assist us with things like our meditation, our silence, our understanding, our peace, our tranquility. Then you've got other ones like the avians. The avians are a fascinating breed, and they've obviously been around for a very long time in Egyptian culture, which if you do some research on it, where they've got drawings on the pyramid walls of the bird-like features, because obviously avian is bird, and they also have that blue sort of skin tone as well. You might have seen the movie Avatar, where they depict the blue skin tones. So the avians have those bird-like features. So basically, if you look into the bird aspect, is the wisdom, be able to see beyond the future, also being able to be highly intelligent when it comes to strategy, and also planning and understanding about evolvement as well. So a very highly intelligent breed. Then you've got other spectrum. You've got people on the Orions, which is the closest one that's actually here. So that's through also the Egyptian portal, or it's up through where the pyramids actually are, is the portal that transcends through to Orion. They say it's the closest one to Earth, so therefore it holds great significance in what's actually happening right now. So Orions are also a very intelligent and extraordinarily strong-willed and strong-natured breed. Have a very distinct characteristic about them when it comes to understanding exactly what they're here for, and they also have a very important role in letting people know that it's not a war of physicality that's actually here, because the Orions actually are extraordinarily well gifted in the military and strategic. They're like the galactic warriors, is probably the easiest way to explain it. So when they come here, they give you an understanding about the energy cycle of what's happening at the moment. It's not a physical war, it's an energetic battle. And that comes through from all star seeds, but you might have read about the Orion Wars, which is something you also should look up. It's a fascinating read, and that gives you an understanding of what's actually happening right on here on Earth. Is no different to the Orion Wars that happened billions of years ago. So when it comes to star seeds, yeah, I would give you a free rein to go and have a read about them. I mean, there's things from the rainbow children, indigo children, light children. They're all here right now as well. I mean, try and visualize this at the moment. I mean, Earth is a place that is transcending. So all of these star seeds are wanting to come here to gather knowledge and thirst and understanding of what's actually going on, because that betters their involvement as well, to understand more about other species. Because as I said before, it's a two-way contract. We're here to understand about the earthly qualities and learn from that, and help us assist in making it a better galaxy. And so it's kind of like looking out into the Earth's stratosphere at the moment. And if you can imagine, there's all these pods out there, or all these star seeds that are lined up waiting to come here and be birthed. Because obviously, to live here on Earth, you've got to have human DNA. And in order to obviously breathe the oxygen that's here, to live here, understand nature, swim in the oceans, etc., etc. It's just that when the star seeds do get incarnated here, they come with a remembrance and an understanding of where they're from, and they bring those gifts here to help make this planet a much better place to live, and also get it to where it rightfully deserves, and that's into the next dimension. So hopefully that's been a little bit of an understanding of why star seeds are actually here at the moment, and the importance of the role of why they're here. They're certainly our friends, and they're certainly part of a magnificent, loving entity that is only here to help. They've come because you asked. They've come because they want to. They've come because they've sacrificed their own situation to externally provide love and support and guidance. And you can't ask for any more than that. So next time you are thinking about wondering the answer to a question, why do we always look to the stars? Because that's where the answer is. Because you're a star child, and that is your home. So one day, when you get some time, go and do some research, and you'll be amazed at the information that you can find. So my blessings, and hopefully we can continue on this 365 days of my health healing, and we'll see you next time.